I'm Ian, the British banknote seller. My website is britishbanknoteseller.co.uk, and I'm a member of the International Banknote Society, membership number 11009. Collecting British banknotes is a great hobby, but also it can be something very dangerous. The more you learn about banknotes, their history and development, the more fascinating they become. And the key to understanding banknotes is in this book here, English Paper Money by Pam West. It is an essential item for all banknote collectors. So remember this and buy it if you want to start collecting notes. English banknotes have been in existence for many years, and the major starting point for banknotes was in 1793 when the French revolutionary government declared war on England. This precipitated a financial crisis, so the Bank of England produced the first white £5 notes, similar in design to this banknote here. This design for £5 notes stayed in existence until the 20th of September 1956, when they were replaced by the more modern Britannia £5 notes. Beautiful design. Besides the Bank of England notes, many local banks produced their own notes, especially in the 19th century. These are called provincial notes, an example of which is here, the Ludlow Bank from 1821. A lot of these banks went defunct, were bankrupt, or were absorbed into the major banks that we see in the high street today. But the notes that are in existence are now very collectible, and some of them can vary in price from a few pounds to thousands of pounds. Modern British banknotes also have an historical background. They came into existence in 1914 at the outbreak of World War I. It was then that the Bank of England decided that the lower value notes of 10 shillings and £1 should be produced. And the note here, this £1, is the first of the £1 notes that were produced by the Bank of England in 1914. It is signed by the cashier of the Bank of England at the time, a man called John Bradbury. And today, not unsurprisingly, they're called Bradbury notes, treasury notes. In this book, English Paper Money, the reference is T1. And it might interest you to know that this £1 note is now worth around £1,000. World War II also saw development in banknotes. In the island of Guernsey, when the Germans invaded, the British banknotes were withdrawn from circulation, and some of them were overprinted, as you can see here. This note is B212A in the English Paper Money. It's a Mahone £1, and only 48 are still in existence. So this is a very rare British banknote, and it's also worth around about £1,000. So it's a very, very collectible thing. However, banknotes can be bought for as little as a few pounds, like this 10 shilling note here. That's worth about £4. And a Somerset £10, which is quite familiar to older people, I would imagine, is worth about £25 today. Banknote collectors develop their own area of interest. For some of them it could be first runs, last runs, replacement notes, errors, replacements, low serial numbers. For example, this Somerset note has a very low serial number, 000135, which increases the value of the note. This £1 note here, the page £1, looks like any other page note, but it is an experimental note, and it's worth around about £300 today. So banknotes with serial numbers, their condition, all add to the value of each individual note. Have a look at my website, britishbanknoteseller.co.uk. Notes are priced from a few pounds to several hundred. And finally, don't forget Scottish banknotes, no less interesting than English ones, but with a different banking history. On my website, you will find a great variety of notes, and perhaps, like me, you will find that banknotes not only interesting, but quite dangerous. but we all like to live dangerously.